It's recording now, by the way.
You can edit it, right?
Maybe.
Add some neat wipe effects.
Okay, this is not part of the speech. This is just for the camera. I'm Ray Scheifler. This is for Hutchinson Community College. This is my demonstration speech, and I'll be demonstrating the Rubik's Cube. To some people, this cube is a torture. They can't ever figure it out. They keep turning it and never make any progress, and then finally give up and put it in a drawer. Many people have Rubik's Cubes hidden away in drawers because, well, they got confused. But today, I, Ray Scheifler, am going to explain how to solve it. I won't be able to go into very much detail because this is a relatively short speech, but I should be able to give you enough information to show you that it is possible to solve and that you can go out and figure out how to on your own. The first thing I want to tell you, and this is a very basic concept, is that these centerpieces never move. On a Rubik's Cube, you'll always have the same colors opposite each other. Now, different cubes may have different patterns, but on your specific cube, it will never change. For instance, this cube will always have white opposite of yellow, green opposite of blue, orange opposite of red, and this will never change no matter how you do it, unless you peel off the stickers and move them around. But when you do that, you run the risk of ruining the cube by getting it out of order. The next other important thing that you need to realize is that this is not just a white piece, this is actually the white and green side piece. It's very crucial to realize that this piece is in the right spot, but this piece is not, because it is white with blue on the orange side. So you have to take that into account while you're solving it. Now, when I solved the cube, I found all of my resources from youcandothecube.com, an internet website that is actually promoting Rubik's Cube use in high school or in grade schools and middle school to help teach math as an educational tool. So I found their resources fairly helpful. They had a nice full color guide. But when I solve this cube, I start by making a white cross on the top. And as you'll notice, as I'm doing it, I'm making sure that each one is in the proper spot. Now that I have the white cross made, I next work on the corners. I found the blue and orange corner, and it moves up to here. And here's the red and green corner, which also nicely moves into place. I have to pull this corner down because it's in the wrong spot, but now I can move it over, and the blue and red corner is in the right spot. And I'll finish with the green and orange corner. Now that I've gotten the first layer done, I work on this middle layer. There's a convenient algorithm for moving a piece from here down to here. It goes something like this. If I had a lot more time, I would actually be explaining the individual steps, but again, it just gets tedious and is very difficult to explain in speech. If you go to the website I mentioned earlier, you can find their full color guide and easily walk through it. Now, it doesn't actually take that long to learn how to do the Rubik's Cube. I learned how over the course of a couple of days. The first time you solve the cube, it will take a while, but after a while you get quicker at it. Now that I've got the middle layer done, I work on the top. On this layer, initially, I don't care that the pieces are in the exact position. I'm just wanting to make sure that the top is all together. And again, I start initially by making a yellow cross. And right now I've got two pieces, so I look for a yellow on the side, and then I run the algorithm, or a algorithm. And then, since I've only got one piece, I put it in the bottom left and do the exact same thing again. This step will either take 1, 2, or 3 times, but eventually it will get the top all yellow. Now I worry about getting the corners in the right spot. See, here I have 2 corners in the right spot. Once you've gotten to this stage, there's a certain way that you can rotate it to have 2 corners in the right spot. And then there's an algorithm to swap the remaining 2 to get them into place. And now you can see that all 4 of the corners are in the right spot. But now the centers are misaligned. So again, there's a fairly simple algorithm to first move one center into the right spot, and now we repeat that again with a slight variation because we need to rotate the other direction, and we have a solved cube. So all in all, this didn't take me very long, but I was able to demonstrate that you can solve a Rubik's Cube, and it is fairly simple once you learn the basics. If you'd like more information on it, you can just search on the internet for how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and you will find plenty of different variations on basic algorithms to solve the cube. And I thank you for your time. Horribly over. That was 5 minutes of speech.